Uncensored Truth. I'm your host, Etolia Magdalena, and today I'm here with Atlas. She is back for another video. What did we say in the first video? She's like, I'll be back. And she's back. She's back.
Here I go.
And I don't really need to do a run through because y'all remember she's a boss, she's a business owner, she's a fitness brand, forward the brand. It's thriving, personal trainer. All of that, we're going to plug the social medias at the end of the video like we always do, so make sure to look out for that when you guys finish watching. So we all know you are a business owner yourself, as I am. Many people might not know that. I actually was an entrepreneur in college, and I still have my business. I did hair. I was a hairstylist, self-taught. I actually did not expect when I first went into college to be doing hair as a business. I taught myself how to do hair, I think, like my senior year of high school, like when I was trying to go to college, because I basically just got the big chop. I did the big chop for the first time, and then I wanted a wig because I had never been into wigs, but I started talking to Howard people more, and they were all like, oh yeah, I'm about to get my wig, my sewing, so I'm like, I kind of want to try wigs, and like frontals and all of that were like just being a thing on social media. So I asked one of my friends that I have that were going to Howard, I was like, hey, do you think you could make a wig for me? Because she was making wigs. And she's like, yeah, it's going to be $200. I'm like, art? And it's funny now on the other end as a business person, because that's where a lot of the conversations die. And that is where me and her conversation died, and it birthed my business. So, we know Atlas, you're a business owner. So how did you get your business started? Like, what struck you? Like, how did it get going?
So for me, I was during the pandemic. I've always known that I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I didn't really know what that was gonna look like for me. You know, I just saw the end result. I didn't really see the vehicle that was gonna get me there. So, but I knew that having this is not to say anything is wrong with having a 9-to-5, but for me and the lifestyle that I desire, I already knew that had too much of a ceiling on it, and what I see is limitless. So I'm on my fitness journey, you know what I'm saying? I told you guys the story on the last episode, so I'm not gonna talk about that.
If you haven't seen it,
make sure you go do that.
Second episode, Power of Prayer and Manifestation.
Yes, we dropped some gems. It's like, I'm talking about when you go into the gym and everybody getting right, even
I don't
if
know
it's
if y'all
at
can
the house.
see. I don't know if y'all can
Update. This is an update. Because we told y'all in the first episode that she was like, I just hired her as my trainer. Here's the update.
Your girl lost 15 pounds. I don't know if you can see, my double chin. Don't act like I didn't know my double chin was popping in those videos. I knew, but I was working on it. You get what I'm saying? It's still, it's still there a little bit.
No, it's not.
But it's not like, damn. Anger out.
For me, it was like, this fitness was getting so important to me mainly because of not even the results. Even though the results were great, and that's why I tell people, just stick with it, you'll see the results. Eventually, you're going to see past the results, and you're going to see, the clear mind. It's the fact that now, okay, I was working out, boom. Now I'm doing meditations and yoga and eating better. It's just like everything is just all in one. So I'm like, I want to help other
reading
women.
books.
Yeah, come on, talk about it. I love to read, y'all.
Praying more. It's like
everything is in alignment. Everything is in alignment. And when you're in alignment, it makes it that much easier for God to bless you, for God to tell you what your purpose is, for you all these things to just start working in your favor. Everything lines up. And that's why you really can't go hit one thing and think the rest of your life is going to be in order. You know what I mean? If you like discipline in the gym, you like discipline in your finances, you like discipline in this and that, and your nutrition and everything.
So with all of that, right, that brings us into today's episode. We are going to be talking about entrepreneurship. It's going to be spoken by, two entrepreneurs ourselves, and we're just going to talk about our struggles, the good sides, the bad sides, branding, everything of the sort. With all of that, if you go into starting a business expecting the end result already, you're not going to be able to even enjoy the process and go through the journey like positively. Like, it's just going to be a negative experience. And then also when I did really like it's crazy because it really applies to life. Like, if you just sit back and go through the journey, at the end, you're not even going to remember the journey. Like, when you're finally successful, when your business is finally taking off, when you're getting money and you have all of these clients and you're doing all of this stuff, you're not even going to remember, like, struggling. Like, you're not even going to remember the downsides of it.
It's all going to be worth it. I read this thing one time. It was like, or somebody said this, but it's something about when you get to when you actually get to the point of success, you feel like it's going to feel so accomplishing and you're going to feel so complete, and it's going to be like,
this one
I finally
big event.
did it. I finally did this over, but you never really get to that point.
It's always ongoing.
It's always the next level, the next level, the next level. Because we're constantly evolving, and if you're not evolving, then that means you're going backwards.
Exactly.
And that's not what we want to do.
You literally blink, it's 3 years later, and you look back on where you came from, and you're like, oh, I'm actually kind of like successful. I'm actually like way further than I used to be, but it's not going to be that takes like being grounded and being thankful. That's what I was saying. You have to like embrace the journey and go through it, because you accomplish things like in that journey, even though it might not be big things, exactly, or small wins. When you look back on it, it's gonna be it's always a step above. So you're like, oh, I am successful. But you have to like be able to sit down with yourself and look at your surroundings and like be thankful for what you have. So when it comes to like, you know, starting a business and everything like that, you have to make it a brand. Like, it needs to be something that people will want to be inspired by or want to go to or like look at. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I am one person that loves to outsource. I believe in, you know what I'm saying, team efforts. And the fact that we are not all good at everything. And you don't have to be good at everything to have a business.
Exactly.
So don't stress yourself out trying to learn how to make a website.
Yeah, we have different views. We have different, because I did everything myself, but that's because I'm a creative and I always was like doing that stuff. Right. So it's like I already knew how to do it.
But for instance, for me, it's like I don't know how to do that. And my business is about personal training, and Forward is about fitness. I'm not really into the graphic design and the building of the website. Mm-hmm. So for me to go try to learn that to the point of mastery to make it look good, it's going to take way too long. And I'm just going to be over here thinking about this.
Exactly. Like, you're gonna spend 3 years trying to learn how to do it, but that could have been 3 years your business was growing.
You better hop on Fiverr.
Shout out to Fiverr. That's who made my YouTube intro for this channel.
Use Fiverr.
Yes.
And they are very affordable. So yeah, I would say that's what I use. I got someone to help me with creating a brand identity. Mm-hmm. Danae helped me with that. So
shout out to Danae.
Shout out to the playbook. If you got the play, make the play. So yeah, so I reached out to different people to help me figure out, you know, my target audience, and really those are things that I had to figure out, but like they asked me those questions and I really didn't know to ask myself those questions. So that's what it was more so about. You do have to have your own idea, first and foremost.
What are you gonna do?
And why are you gonna do it?
Exactly.
That's what you have to figure out. What you're gonna do, why you're gonna do it, what does it mean to you?
And what you want to achieve from doing that thing.
Yes, and what does the end goal look like? You need to really look at me too. 5 years from now, where do you want to be? Where do you want your business to be? Because you and your business are two separate entities. Mm-hmm. So plan for 5 years for you, plan for the business. 1 year, you need to have short-term goals too.
Short-term,
1 year,
long-term.
6 months. Yeah, you need to have all that. Just so that you have a clear vision, because life is gonna come and it's gonna happen, and there's gonna be different things that throw us off course. But as long as we have those like main goals that we want to achieve, as long as that doesn't change and we just keep viewing that, we can work backwards. Like,
exactly.
Look at that and see,
plan
this is the
backwards.
End goal, plan backwards.
Yes.
This is where I want to be.
Yes.
But this is what needs to happen for me to get to this. So
exactly.
that way it just makes it like boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Straight like that.
I talked to an executive actually. So when I was graduating, like my last week of college, like during finals week, I was freelance, like producing at BT. It was a huge deal for me. So like when I was there, I wanted to make sure I networked with everybody. So there was this executive producer, like she's the big boss. Like she's like that girl. She get on the call. Everybody's like, shh, she's on the call. Like she's speaking. She's to the point. She's and that's what it is. So, and she tells it like it is. Like she, honestly, the phone call I had with her changed my life. Not even gonna lie, and I'm about to drop the keys. So we get on the call, right? And she's like, so everybody like that I was working with was like, oh, you're doing an amazing job, whatever, you're so thorough, you're so blah, blah, blah. You should really talk to Christine. She'll really get you together. She'll really like, you know, she's very connected. She can really da-da-da-da. So she's like, hello. I'm like, hi. She's like, what's up? I'm like, oh, I just wanted to get on the phone with you because so-and-so said I should speak to you, and you're doing everything that I would love to do in my future. I want to be a boss. I want to be a blah, 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 blah. And I just really want to know what you did to get to where you are. She's like, stop. Like, she literally cut me off. She's like, stop. I'm like, I literally had to stop doing hair. I literally stopped doing hair, y'all. Like, I started shaking. Like, she just so, like, you know?
Intense.
Yes. So she's like, stop. I'm like, she's like, first of all, let's cut the shit. Y'all, when I tell y'all I'm not even lying, she said, let's cut the bullshit. You are not calling me to ask me to really, you could give two fucks if what I did to get to where I am. What do you want from me? I'm like, honestly, I didn't even think we were gonna get this far. So.
Right.
I'm like, so do I just tell you like what I want? Or like, cause I want a job.
If that's what you want to know.
Like, I want to work here.
With you.
No, and so I was like, I really, you know, I'm like interested in, like, BT has been like one of my, like, you know, I've been watching this network since I was a child, da 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 da. She said, okay, I'm going to stop you again. I'm like,
all right.
I feel like I'm just shooting myself in the foot every time I open my mouth now. I was honored. I was honored to be dragged. I was dragged.
Drag me again, please.
I want to call her again so I can get dragged. But she's like, it's not about the company. She's like, what's your life's purpose? I'm like, wow, we're getting like really deep.
Really deep, really fast.
And I was like stuttering at this point because you know when someone catches you off guard, it's kind of like... And you're just like, oh my God, it's bad. Mind is just messed up. So I'm like, I don't know. I really feel like my life's purpose is to like, you know, like I want to inform, I want to teach, well, I don't think I said that at the time. I just know that now. You know what I mean? So she was like, okay, so then she started like, so first she just kept cutting me off, and then she finally started giving me advice. Okay, so.
It wasn't all bad.
It was like, I think she just needed to prove a point. Like, okay, I just want to let you know you're not prepared. So she was like, she's like, yeah, okay, I got on the phone with you. But in other situations, executives have maybe max 5 minutes to talk to someone. So most of the time, you don't even get a hold of us. Most of the time, we don't even get on the phone. You know what I mean? Because blah, 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 blah. So when you get on the phone with someone who
better know what you gonna say.
When you get on the phone with someone who is in position to sponsor your business,
yeah.
To be a contributor, be a sponsor. If you're in a room with someone who's there to sponsor your business, you need to P's and Q's, like everything, every question you have an answer. Instead of looking to get a certain company name or a specific show, you need to look at your bigger picture of what you want to accomplish, what your life purpose is, and go after that. Is this, because it could be any company. You're limiting yourself by, you know, going after one thing. So she said there are 4 things. There are 4 things that you need to ask yourself, what do you want to do? What is your purpose? How do you plan on achieving said purpose? And why is that your purpose? And your dreams are not a side hustle. You don't go and chase your dreams on the side. You have to go and chase your dreams full on. You get what I'm saying? You have to put everything into that dream. So you need to know yourself, whether that's taking self-care days to really journal and look back and whatever, go to the gym, like really taking your care, like she said earlier, taking care of your life in all aspects. And that translates into your business, because if you're not disciplined in your own life, how are you going to be disciplined running a business?
And there's a lot more things that you don't know about. You don't really know about business taxes. You know, some people may know, oh, I got to do this, this, and this if I want to have get business credit. People don't know about those things. So it's kind of like, you got to be diligent. You got to be on your P's and Q's in every area, or the whole ship gonna sink.
Exactly. So she was basically saying, make a SWOT plan for your own life and also for your business. So, because your life and your business, like she said earlier, go hand in hand. They're two separate entities, but as you grow, your business grows at the same time. So, an SWOT, for those of you guys who don't know, is strengths. Your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. And as far as a business, what are your business's strengths? What are you good at? So I'm good at doing hair. That's a strength. My product is in demand. Like, everybody needs their hair done. Or this is this. So the strengths of your business and the strengths of yourself. Weaknesses, I'm not consistent. Opportunities, you can, write down what you want your business to, like, say you want to collaborate with this brand and, like, whatever. And then your threats, so the negative things that can affect your business and yourself. So then she said, once you find your purpose, you need to believe it with conviction.
Yes, that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing.
And that ties into manifestation. So like we said earlier, if you haven't seen The Power of Prayer and Manifestation, go ahead and go watch that. It'll be shown at the end of the video for y'all to click on it. Go watch it. Anyways, also right now, since I'm saying that, make sure to subscribe to the Uncensored Truth and listen to us on Spotify.
Comment, okay. Tell a friend.
Tell a friend and tell a friend.
Share.
So once you find your purpose, you need to believe that with conviction. So I know that this is what I'm gonna do. She literally said this out of her own mouth, y'all. Okay, this is a boss right here. She's making money in New York. Believing it with conviction, knowing that that's what you're gonna do and that's what you're gonna accomplish, and setting your mind on that. So then she said, when you find your plan and you make your plan, work backwards. Because once you work backwards, it's like, she was like, once you get to that place, it's not even gonna be like, oh, I'm so surprised I'm here. You just backing into the parking spot.
Period.
You just backing into the parking spot. You in reverse, like, oh.
God give you what you asked for.
Because this is what I planned and this is what I work for. This is the goal. What did I do right before I reached that goal? What did I do right before that one, before that one, before that one? All the way until where you're at right now. Once you have all of those goals in position, then you attack it every day and you be consistent and you do what you got to do to get to that point. Also, when it comes to reaching out for help, she said you can't ask a fat woman how to lose weight, right?
Stop taking advice from people who don't live the life or have what you want to have.
Exactly.
Why are you steady listening to him if he broke? He don't know how to manage his money. Quit asking
Quit asking your friend that is working at McDonald's that don't plan on leaving how you can become a successful business owner.
And same thing goes with telling people your ideas. Like,
exactly.
You have to be, not that, they're bad people or anything, but first of all, you have to believe it so much with conviction that it don't even matter what the hell.
Yeah, I don't even care what they say because I'm not doing what they're telling me to do.
I'm going to ask you about my business. I know what I want to do.
Like, I might be like, oh, do you think I should change the aesthetic of this? Right. But I'm not going to be like,
the foundation core of my business. Is that okay?
No. Because God didn't put that vision in your head. He put it in my head.
Exactly.
And that goes with family members. That goes with family members. That goes with anything. And that's crazy because the other day, I don't know if you guys know Capella Gray. You probably do because his song went crazy. It's the Gallus, the city is my palace. What I would do, because I want she. I feel like I sing on every episode. Like, what is my problem? So, so he posted something to his Instagram, right? And it was a text message that he had sent, I guess, to one of his friends at the time. He posted a voice, it was the voice note of Gallus, and he was like, hey bro, how do you feel about this song? Like, you know, I think this could really be the one. The guy was like, it's cool, like funny, joking around, but it's not real music, king. And he was like, well, I'm gonna just post it to SoundCloud, and look what happened. Imagine if he listened to his friend who was like, this song is all right. Like, I don't really know how I feel about it.
You gotta believe in you. You gotta believe in what you're doing. Everything you do, you shouldn't even do it if you don't feel 110%.
Exactly. It should be like, it should be something that you're like, I know that I'm put here for this.
Yes, this is what I was supposed to do.
That's why people's businesses are their babies.
Yes.
Like it's my baby because this is me. Like, this is what I was put here to accomplish. You don't ask opinions or help or anything from people who have no clue. If anything, you should be trying to like Atlas did, you know, reaching out to people who are doing better than you and asking them, how did you get there? I want to be there.
Get a mentor. That's the best thing you can do.
And if you can't get a mentor, that's fine, but still speak to other people who can give you advice. Because I don't have a mentor, but I've got some really valuable gems from people who have.
You have hella connections.
From people who are doing some big things.
Exactly.
And so, you know, and also it's like, don't get discouraged, right? If you're taking advice from these people who are doing big things and you're still not seeing your blessings, it's like, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time, and you know, you just gotta trust and stay the course, especially if you're already surrounded by those things. Like, if you're already surrounded by people who are doing what you want to do, you're always in these positions that what you want is always around you. You may not be there yet, but you're going to eventually get there. So it's like, just stay the course. You know what I mean? Like, don't get discouraged. What are you zone in on one thing.
On the one thing that you're really passionate about.
And this was my problem for so long. I didn't start seeing things really like take off until I zoned in on what I wanted to do, because like, I want to do everything. Like, I have so many different business ventures that I want to take on, and so many things that I want to do. And it's not that I can't accomplish those things eventually. It's just, what is going to be the foundation? What is going to be the thing that will allow me to do the other business ventures? And I had to focus in on one thing. Like, my mind was all over the place. People would be like, oh, what do you want to do? I'm like, oh, I want to have a hair company. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do... They're like, okay, well, I can't really help you find a job.
If you don't know which one.
I can't really help you find a job because, like, what do you want to do? What topic do you want to be specialized in? Like, what do you, like, you know, like, it's harder for people to help you when you have, like, confusion. And then that all comes with finding your purpose, because when you truly know your purpose, then that one thing that you need to focus on will stand out.
One thing I want to add in there before we move on is that you have to really follow your inclinations. Like, what is it that you are, like, always drawn to doing, or always drawn to, you know what I mean? Like, you love taking pictures. You love taking pictures for a reason. I don't love taking just pictures of things. That's exactly. I'm not meant for that. I love helping people. I love teaching people. And that for me is in the form of training. That's in the form of other things that I want to do. But it's like, I know that that's for me because that's always what I want to do. If you don't know what it is, what is it that people always tell you? People always tell me, oh, Atlas, I love your body. It's body goals. People always tell me, oh, Atlas, you're so inspiring and motivational. So I want to be a speaker. I want to write a book. I want to do things that go in alignment with what I'm good at, because I'm good at that for a reason. Exactly. And if, like she said, if you can't figure it out, then other people tell you all the time, just oh, you're so good at doing this. Yeah. Or like, I can see you doing this. So another thing that was crazy that stood out that she said is there are 3 driving factors of anything. 3, and it sounds terrible,
She's like, it sounds terrible, but this is the 3 things that drive anybody with anything. Money, power, or fame. What is your driving factor? She was like, for me, it's not really money because I had the opportunity to marry millionaires a few times, and I just not really trying to do that. She's like, I didn't really want to marry them. So it's not money. She's like, fame, I got offered to anchor like 5 times. I don't want to be an anchor. I don't really care about being on TV, so it's not fame. She's like, I want the power. I want to be in charge. I want, when I speak, everyone to listen to me. I want the power. And fame, it may sound bad, but it may not be that. Like for me, I feel like for me, mine is like, I want to have the power to influence other people. And in order to do that, you have to be some sort of famous. You get what I'm saying? Or you want to break generational curses.
So money is
money.
It's like I don't do it for the money, but it's like I also know that by me following the purpose and the path that God has placed for me, that's going to come to me.
Exactly.
When you serve others, you can be served.
Exactly.
By God.
Exactly.
You're going to have abundance of resources when you serve others. So focus on what you can do for somebody else.
Mm-hmm. So she was like, find your driving factor, right? This is the first step into finding your bigger purpose.
What I want to add, I saw this in a Sarah Jakes service, but when you get in the rooms, don't get in there telling everybody how you ain't qualified for this, ain't qualified for that, but you're here some type of way. But don't do that. If you're there for a reason. Mm-hmm. If that's the thing, if you circled all your things and it's telling you to go do this, and then all of a sudden you just meet somebody with the perfect opportunity for you, that's not no coincidence. Mm-hmm. That's not a coincidence. So when you get there, act like God sent you. Mm-hmm. Go in there with your chin up and your chest up. Confidence, baby.
And confidence, because let me tell y'all how much further confidence can get you than qualifications.
Yep.
Because there are people who hired me based on my confidence. Like, you don't have the experience, but the confidence that you have,
it speaks for itself.
You know that you're gonna do well at this thing.
Exactly.
You know that you may not know, but if someone teaches you, you're gonna excel at it because you exude like confidence. Mm-hmm. And all of that comes back to self-care. So
mm-hmm. Make sure you eating right. Make sure you
all
working
of that.
Out. Make sure you doing everything.
Confidence sells everything. When you're in the room, I actually have a multi-million-dollar business, and
you better start saying that now. I'm a multi-millionaire now.
Exactly.
I'm waiting on my bank account to catch up. Everything I say is
what it is.
I am.
There's this guy on Instagram. You're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about when I tell this story. He was like, go to that $1 million home open house.
MJ from YouTube.
Go to that $1 million open house. Walk in there like, how much is this? $6 million. Oh, okay.
Thank you. Just wondering.
So this drawer is a little creaky. Is there someone that can fix that?
Replaced?
Knowing damn well you can't afford that house.
I want to add to this because now that you're saying that, Corey from the dude that support Black colleges, mm-hmm. he just made a great reel, and I was like, yes, that makes so much sense. He's like, you need to go sample the life that you want to live. Like, how can you? It's gonna be a lot harder to give up on your dreams if one of your goals is to one day have a Ferrari. Okay, if you go test drive a Ferrari, you sit in that motherfucker, you see how it feels. You gotta get that in the Corvette. How you drive it? Okay.
Corvette. Okay. Like that. Like, yeah. You can't envision it because you never even you can envision it, but
you
not
can,
fully.
but it's like it's a whole first you envision it. Add another step, go get it. Go rent it for the day. It don't be that expensive.
It don't.
It's like what, maybe $1,000. Mm-hmm. You can save up for it. You can do it.
Exactly.
Go to
a nice
sample your
restaurant.
lifestyle that you want to live. If you want to live in a mansion, go stay in an Airbnb that's nice as hell. Just do it. Just so it's gonna be like, this is the lifestyle I'm getting accustomed to. Mm-hmm. Even though I may not be able to buy the house, I'm gonna go rent the house until I can buy the house.
Exactly. And that's what I was saying earlier. Like in college, I had no business going to Mastro's and Roof Chris, but I knew that I always, and first of all, and also it puts it out in the universe, because once you start acting and even other people be like, that's all I see for you. Other people will literally be like, this literally gives Etolia. Like, it'll be so much easier to actually manifest it, because for me, when I manifest, I obviously like envision things and stuff like that. But I can only envision it so much because I don't know the smell, I don't know the feeling, I don't know the sound.
Take it to another level.
When you actually
know all those things, now you can really
I really want that again. I really want that again. Like, and
I'm gonna have that. And then it's like you're that much more willing to wake up every day and do the necessary work.
Exactly.
It's hard because there's ups and there's downs.
Yes.
And people don't like to highlight the downs. Mm-hmm. But you know what I'm saying? It's rough. You're going to cry a lot. You know what I'm saying? You're going to
lose a lot of money.
Lose a lot. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like for example with hair. It's a very fluctuating thing. Like, it's seasons.
Seasons are a big thing in business. You don't know that until you experience all the seasons. And you can be like, damn, this month I made this and I had this many clients. This month, nobody wanted to work at all.
And I didn't make money for 4 weeks.
You know what I mean? You got to prepare.
Especially if you want to be business entrepreneur full time. You were relying on this. You got to know, and that's why you got to do your strengths and weaknesses, because in downtimes, what are your weaknesses? Why are you having downtimes? And you learn, like, every year you always get better. You always rebrand. Like, it's always a rebrand. Don't ever forget and neglect the rebrand. Like, it's always necessary. It's necessary. Even if you have to take a break for a month for the rebrand, be like, oh, we're rebranding, but you're still pushing the old stuff. Like, you know what I mean? You're still getting content out there. You're still reminding people that this is what you're doing and that this is what's coming. It's just, in a process right now. So, all of that. And also, like, getting clients. Like, when you first start something,
it's slow. It's slow.
It's so slow.
This is great. I'm so glad we're having this the video right now, because next week on Tuesday is my 1 year anniversary of being an entrepreneur.
Yes.
And I'm literally just like reflecting, like thinking back, like, wow, it's been 1 year since I took my first client, and I was literally charging $100 for the whole month, and we were meeting 3 times a week. Now your girl is at $500 a month. Yeah. Talk to me nice.
Talk to her, not per client. Per client.
You know what I'm saying?
500 occasion.
500
occasion. Okay? That just puts it into perspective.
And it's like, even the way that you're, sometimes we underestimate how far. There's a quote by Tony Robbins. He says, we underestimate, I say this all the time, we underestimate what we could do in a year, and we overestimate what we can do in 1 day. We'll try to do everything under the sun for 1 day. And think we finna have the most. I did all that work yesterday.
I was in the gym for 4 hours. I should be 100 pounds down by now.
And it's like, no, it's about what can you do a little bit each day, bit each day. So yeah.
And it's like, when you're not getting those clients, you just gotta like keep pushing and going through, because obviously there's always gonna be a light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
But you have to have that mentality, because those hard times are gonna come. There's no business that's gonna tell you, I didn't lose
money, clients, resources, something got lost.
And then it's like
sacrifices.
Exactly. In
your personal life for your business.
Going to dinner, like I wanted to just do.
We're sacrificing that.
Getting my nails done. Y'all see, I haven't had my nails done since I started. Since I started. Y'all, my birthday's in 2 weeks. When it comes around, best believe I'm gonna pop out, but that's the only time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I haven't got my nails done. Or, you gotta sacrifice, because any sacrifice somewhere can help bring, growth.
You have to figure out where you're gonna sacrifice. Okay, what is it for you?
Keeping clients is so important, because that is how you get the longevity. Because you can do 500 a month, but if they're only there for 1 month of the whole year,
what is that gonna do?
Exactly.
Nothing. But yeah, that's what also I want to say something on that. I was gonna say before, I think I just it slipped my mind, but the clients, they start out slow, but word of mouth is so important.
It's huge.
It's everything in business. You would rather if something happens and you have a situation that comes up with a customer or something, a guest, anything, it's like you want to handle that the right way, because if you do something and it can come back, because they'll be like, oh, I didn't like how so-and-so handled this. They gonna tell everybody they know about a negative experience before they tell them about a positive.
Okay, let me tell y'all though, because
what?
As long as it's a majority good, because there be that one client that really you.
There's always that one. There's always that one. You
really
just
try you and you really react.
Right. Wow. Okay. So there's just so many different topics when it comes to business and entrepreneurship. It's kind of like pricing is a big thing for people.
Yeah.
Knowing how to price your services, etc. What I did was I kind of looked at other people in my field, of course, like, okay, what are people in my area doing? And then I had to look at, okay, how much, how long has this person been in business versus me?
Yes.
Because if I'm just starting out and I've never trained anybody before,
you gotta lower the price.
I charge the same amount as somebody who's trained over 1,000 people.
Exactly.
Like, just get real, y'all.
Exactly.
So start humble. It's okay.
Starting humble is how you need to do it. But that's how you get the clients too.
That is how you get the clients. But I'm also not saying to play yourself, because you know, some people would say like, oh, I'll do the service for free. Like, sometimes that's okay depending on what it is. But like, for a personal trainer, you don't want to train nobody for free for a month, and they're not even going to value it because it's free. They're going to show up late. They're not going to eat how they're supposed to. It's going to be just a waste of time.
Exactly.
So yeah.
And knowing, it's like that all ties into too, is knowing when to raise your prices.
Yes.
Because for me, like I said, because I said earlier, like, it's gonna come out of nowhere. You're just gonna all of a sudden be busy, like have hella people coming to you all at once, and then you like, oh damn, now I need a booking website, because I was writing it down in my notebook before because I had like 6 clients, but now it's like every day I'm getting blown up with people. Can you do my hair? Can you do my hair? What day am I free? What time am I free? And I'm like,
plan and schedule.
So
that's the first phase. That's the first phase of, okay, you grow for your business to grow. So if you out here and you getting way more clients now, and like she said, she can't write it in her notebook no more, she needs to get more organized. She has to take that first step of implementing something into her business to help her to work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
Now you're growing as a business person because you realize that you have to take that step, and you take that step. If you don't, then you're just gonna be overwhelmed and fucked up and missing appointments and doing all this and making a bad business name for yourself. Okay. Right.
So you start getting all of these clients, and now you are overwhelmed, overworked, and underpaid. You're only charging $100, but you're doing 5-6 clients a day. Your back hurt, your feet hurt. You like, I don't see any money in my account. And you still, want to do whatever you want to do for fun too on the side, and you still not seeing no money in your account. Granted, did I really need the money because I was in college? No, but like, yeah, I did, because I wanted to do more. Right. Especially when you're booked. Especially when you're booked and all you do is work.
Right.
You want to be able to have fun when you finally decide, when you finally have a free day to have fun. You want to be able to go all out with that. So when you start feeling overworked, it's like, girl, up the price. And it doesn't matter how much you want. If you want to up the price $30, because that's what you feel in your heart at that time, that will make a difference to you, up at $30. But it all also depends on your life circumstance. Like we've been saying, you grow, your business grows. So if I'm now living in an apartment and I'm sacrificing my free time outside of my regular job, this also goes into, if you are working a regular job and you also want to be an entrepreneur on the side until that business has what it needs to be a full-time business, you use that job. Because when I tell you guys, when you have an entrepreneur spirit, but life is a thing and you have to pay your bills and you have to work a job, it's so miserable.
It's okay though, because some people be like, I'm just not going to get a job, I'm going to just be an entrepreneur. But it's like, bro, you got to pay your bills too.
Exactly.
Struggle.
Exactly. So it's like if you're working your job, it could be miserable. Like I personally feel miserable because I don't want to work a job. You get what I'm saying? But it's what I have to do. So you treat that job like, I go to this job, I do what they ask of me, and I come home and I come and do what I actually love to do. It's when you have to work the job, you're gonna have to sacrifice. In that time when you're off of work,
you don't get to just chill.
You're gonna have to still be working. Like you use the 9 to 5 to fund the 5 to 9. so that can fund the rest of your life.
Exactly.
And even when you have a business, when you're finally making money and you have extra money to spare, use that money to invest in another business. Reinvest into your business.
Or start a new venture.
Like if your
goal
business
is to get seven or more streams of income out here.
Exactly.
Y'all. That's the goal. Get more streams of income.
Mm-hmm.
And the 9 to 5, I mean, it kind of count, but like if you don't want to be doing that forever, don't make that count.
That is literally just for bills.
That is to take care of your bills and fund the whatever project you're working on.
Exactly. And then you use that money because with businesses, at first, you're not really going to see any of your money because you're using all of that to restock inventory or upgrade this tool or upgrade this product or add more.
Get a warehouse, get a fulfillment center.
There's a lot of stuff.
Expenses continue to grow. Get a team. Now I want to have somebody on my team. I want a videographer that I go to every time.
Exactly.
This is all the things I'm learning from Sadia. So
and from our own experiences too. Like, so it's like, once you have all of that, cool. Also, it's so important, like she was saying earlier, to just provide good, aside from experience, when someone is doing your product, or even if you're selling clothes, right? Like when someone's wearing your product, how does it make them feel? Right. What does your launches look like? Like, are your launches like Stripped is a clothing brand that someone from Howard started, and she just sells bodysuits. Literally, like what I'm wearing right now, like a black plain bodysuit. But everybody wants it because of the branding, the video shoots. What do they make you feel like? Do they make you feel cute and sexy and snatched? Like, how does it make them feel? Aside from that, how do you make them feel? If they have an issue with your product, how are you communicating with them? Are you saying, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to think like you are working for an actual corporation. Yes, you have to respect your own business.
Like Nike. You are Nike, but you are whatever your business is, of course.
You have to respect your own business. Like how are you going to respect your 9 to 5 business? Like, you would never do certain things because you know that that's unacceptable.
But you're always doing it to yourself.
To your own business. So it's like, you need to like for example, when I was working at Ulta and Heck School, the customer is always right. Sometimes they're wrong, and you can say that in a very business professional way. But if it's something minor, it's like, okay, here. Like, for example, I did somebody's sew-in, and it was extremely tight one time, and this was like when I was first doing sew-ins, and I didn't know much, and it was like so tight, it like had her like welting up or whatever. She had to take it out literally like that night or the next day. And she asked for her money back. I was like, I can give you half of your money back. Because yes, it had to get taken out, but I also had to do that work for 4 hours.
That time is not coming back, and therefore I cannot accept $0.
$0, but I will give you
but I do feel
some of it back.
So here, take some of it back for sure.
But can you ask Amazon for the money back because you didn't like the product? No, but you know what I mean, levels. People will, I'm your friend, so, or I'm your, mind you, never speak to you outside of anything. Don't ever check in on you. But when they want their hair done, friend, can you do my hair for free?
No.
And that's one thing. You have to have tough skin as a business owner because you come to so many realizations about people.
Yes, they will try to take advantage of you.
They will try to take, first of all, they'll try to take advantage of you. They'll try to get free stuff out of you. They don't really care about what you have going on.
At all.
You can say, my grandma died yesterday. Well, can you still do my hair on Thursday? We already booked this 2 weeks in advance and I have an event on Friday. Or I have to leave out of.
Care.
Nobody cares about you.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about what you have going on. People will use you and try to be friends with you because they know that you know how to do this thing or that you have this service because they think that being your friend equates to free service, which if you're really my friend, you want to pour into my business and contribute to my business.
Yes.
Just as I would as a friend, as a good friend, want to contribute to your business. You get what I'm saying?
Period.
Whether that's helping in any way I can or adding value or doing anything, I want to do that. And they only want to use you or ask you for free services. Those are not your friends. Those are not your friends. The only time you see me is when you want me to do your hair, and that's when we catch up, and that's when we kiki while I'm doing a service for you.
Then I don't hear from you until you need the service again.
Exactly. And it be the people popping up out the blue that you ain't heard from in 3 years, like, hey, how are you? Oh, what's going on? Look, cut the small talk. You want me to do your hair?
What do they say? What do you want?
What do you want? And I understand I understand now what she meant by that, because it's like,
don't waste my time. What do
you know what you want. You're here for a reason.
So tell
what
me.
Do you want?
What is it? So we can get to it.
Exactly, because I don't care. I don't need friends. I have a friend.
I have a friend. I don't need friends. I have a friend.
I have a friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I don't need any more of that. And yeah, we call those people leeches. Those people want what you are benefiting from without even putting in any
Pouring
work.
anything.
We're doing anything. Any
no
belief.
Support,
like,
no nothing. No nothing.
I don't even need money. I don't even need money, but are you like, did you film a video today? Why didn't I see a video from you on Wednesday?
Come on, sis.
Like, what are you doing? Do you need help? Do you, like, you know what I mean? Like, okay. So with all of that, because this video is getting so long, but I hope you guys are enjoying. I hope you guys are really taking notes. I hope you guys are just loving it. But when you are successful, right? When you have everything that you could ever want in life, when you have a 7-figure business, when you have multiple of them, when you are filthy rich and wealthy and just happy and thriving, you have to give back. You have to put others in positions to win. You have to go back and help others come up. Like, it's just that's the whole part. That's the reason why you should want to be wealthy. Because my thing is the selfish people never prosper. If you want to be rich because you want to do stuff for yourself and that's it, and you want all of the vanity things that come with it and not the spiritual things that come with it, you are never gonna win, and you're never gonna see success, and you might, but it might not be long term.
Right.
It's like,
or fulfilling.
Exactly. Like, God didn't give you those blessings to keep them to yourself.
Right. Sometimes it's not all about, yes, of course, give back financially, but sometimes it's not even about giving back financially. Sometimes it's about, are you going to be, you have all these people around you, why would you be the only boss? Why are you not trying to put nobody? You got all these positions. You would rather go pay all these other people when you have people around you that are good at these things. Mm-hmm. Use them.
Exactly.
Use them and help everybody around you win. So y'all can all be on the PJ together, not just you on the PJ waving at them. Come on, bro.
We try to take PJs to Paris for brunch and come back. You get what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, that also goes into, you gotta reach out, bro. You cannot be afraid to reach out for, not even afraid, you just can't be prideful. Like, you have to have a team, bro. Every successful person has a team.
There's so much that goes into it. There's the marketing.
There's no way for you to do it all by yourself.
Yeah, there's just so much. And in the beginning, you probably will have to do it by yourself because
you
don't have the manpower, the resources, all that type of stuff to have a team for real. So you have to do a lot of it yourself. But eventually, when you're really there in a 7-8 figure business, you feel me? That's not never gonna be just you.
But even then, even as a small business, you can source other people who are also, like, for example, with this podcast, she's out right now. She's a little sick. I wish she was here so bad because I wanted to bring her on an episode so you guys could meet her, because when I tell you guys none of this, not none of this, like, I would have made it shake. But it wouldn't have been what it was without her. And I'm gonna, put her little Instagram on there, Baby Fame. But her name's Brianna. She's actually my coworker at CNN, and she sacrifices her time to come and help me film these videos. Like, angle everything for me, set up the cameras how I want them to be set up, and, like, do everything. Like, you don't have to have the most professional team. You get what I'm saying? Like, you guys can all grow together. And she wants to be a filmmaker and stuff. So this is literally up her alley. Like, she's doing what she loves to do, and I'm into doing what I love to do. You can find people who love to do teamwork things. They don't have to be the center of attention because they like what they're doing. Like, everybody has a niche. So that's it for today's video. We're gonna cut it off right there because
we talked a lot.
We talked a lot, but we dropped a lot of gems. Definitely. So Hopefully you're still here. I'm starving. Hopefully you're still here, and if you are, thank you so much. And don't forget to subscribe to The Uncensored Truth on YouTube, and also follow us on Instagram at The Uncensored Truth. Okay? And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Etolia.Magdalena, and my personal YouTube blogging channel, Etolia Magdalena, and at Liz.
You can follow me I'm at Miss Build a Body on Instagram. I don't have a Twitter, but it's MISS Build a Body. And you can follow Forward at Forward the Brand. The Forward is spelled FWRD.
Yeah.
The brand.
Also, if you guys would like, you can follow Toli's Tresses as well as Toli's.Tresses things. Also, be on the lookout for Toli's bundles coming. You know what I mean? That'll be
a sound effect.
I need to get one like Drink Champs. But yeah, you know what I mean? So I may not physically be able to do hair anymore, but hair is still gonna be a continuation in my life. It's always elevation, like we were saying. So yeah, that's it. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week for the next video.
Bye.